is Maggie Mae. Join us as we follow the moon. Today, we're going to roll the dice on a new campground that we've never been at before. This is Thousand Trails, Las Vegas. And before we start, we know what you've heard. We read the reviews. We heard about the dicey neighborhood. We heard about the sites being so small and so narrow. We want to take you around and show you exactly what we saw, tell you the good, tell you the bad, and see if you're going to make the crapshoot and stay here at Thousand Trails, Las Vegas too.
Come along.
Now, we came into the park a little bit different direction. The park is on Boulder Highway, and there's exits right off of 515 for Boulder Highway. But when we called in, we found out that when you're coming in that way, you have a U-turn to make on the middle of Boulder Highway. And a 40-foot rig with a tote on the back, not a good friend of U-turns. So we went to exit 69, which is Flamingo Road, one exit south. It'll bring you right in here. You make a left. We'll go a short ways up here, about a mile up here, I believe, and the park will be on the right. Very easy to get into if you come in this direction. This is a map of the park. It is located in town, so it is confined. It's landlocked. It has roads going all the way around it. It also has concrete walls around it to keep you safe and secure, and not a big fan of the appearance of it, but there's barbed wire around it too, again, for your safety and security. So you'll see the neighborhood here as we're going into the park. It's a business type area. There's a Lazy Days RV. There's a couple mechanic shops. There's hotels. There's casinos. We were out in the daytime. We were out at night. We really didn't have any complaints.
I never felt like I was insecure in any way.
So from Flamingo, you'll come up to one major traffic light, one major intersection, and then it's off to the park. And I don't want to make light of the reviews that have been made and tell you that we saw something entirely different. But we did see something pretty much entirely different. I don't know if it's been management change, if Thousand Trails has put a different focus on this park or what, but it wasn't what we had read. We had a very pleasant stay here. Now, on the right-hand side, you'll see the big green Thousand Trails light up sign there, and right in front of it you'll see a little black and yellow sign that says Mobile Home Depot. The entrance is right between the two signs. That's what you want to look for as your marker. It's a small divided boulevard. Their ranger station was about to fall down, we were told. They have built a brand new one. It's actually just finishing construction the first part of October here, and they'll be back in and using it very shortly.
Probably by the time the video airs.
Yeah. So you go on back into the park to the office. We'll show you in a moment where that is, and that's where you do your check-in. Just straight back that right-hand lane. We're going to veer off to the left here. We're going to show you a little bit around the park on our way. And like I said, it's very compact. This is a park that was designed in the 1970s before RVs had slide outs. So the sites are a little bit narrower. But boy, we have been kind of scared coming in with a 4-slide 40-foot coach of how tiny the sites were going to be. They're not bad. There was a lot of 45-foot rigs in there. There is an RV storage place right there on the premises. It is walled, it is fenced, and it does look secure. We're going to make a right, and coming up on this corner right in front of us is the dog park. It has a little more grass than some, not as much as others, but it was enough grass that Maggie found it to be suitable.
Hey, it had grass, it had fake grass, and it had dirt.
That's
Everything
right.
a dog loves.
Take your pick. There also are some cottages here. So if you're thinking about wanting to use your getaway cabins with Thousand Trails, you can fly in.
That's right.
Enjoy your getaway cabin. And in the end of this building, which also happens to be the office we'll show you more of later, there's an activity center. And again, things are a little small in this park. The activity center is not huge, but they've got a billiards table, they've got a nice sitting area, and they had things going on in there all the time.
They did, yeah.
It's a very active community in
They
this
had a
park.
sing-along one night right after we got there.
Yeah, it's a shame we were so tired from the drive.
Yeah.
They missed out on my voice. Now, coming up here on the left are the only two pull-through spaces in the park. They are kind of like buddy spaces, but on the curbside, I guess, that the hookups are in between the two. Now, you'll see the guard shack there in front of us, the ranger station there. We're going to make a left. They've got a nice little community bulletin board, different things that are for sale or to do in the area. And you'll see there are big rigs in this park. The streets are all paved, the sites are all gravel. The park is impeccably clean.
It was quiet.
Yeah, surprisingly, we had the jets fly over their pattern for 2 or 3 days that you'd hear the planes taking off.
You would hear sirens outside.
Yeah.
But
And a lot of them were
Yeah,
ambulances
yeah,
from what we saw. I don't know if people were having coronaries at the casino or what was going on there, but now we're coming back here from the other direction towards the office. That's the office where you're currently checking in. That'll change once the ranger station is open. Right behind it is the pool and spa. And they were normally busy while we were here. There's also just beyond that horseshoe courts. If you need propane, not a problem. They have propane. Now we'll come on around here towards the back of the park. And like I said, there's 2 pull-throughs. All the other sites are back in, but you'll see the park I have to give kudos to. Like Thousand Trails, they are first come, first serve, but when you go in, they assign you a spot when you arrive, so you know where you're going. This is kind of a different setup. You walk in and it's a laundry facility, and then there's doors going off of the laundry facility into the shower house. Shower houses are small, but they look like they've been recently renovated.
very clean.
Very clean. There's 3 of these on the property. And when you consider it's just over 200 sites with 3 shower houses, it's a pretty good mix.
Yeah.
Now this is on their map is called a dog run. It's just a little grass cap at the end. The dog park was the one we showed you earlier that was all fenced.
Yeah.
We're going to go around this curve, and this is the back row of the park. And we were fortunate enough to get assigned a spot on this back row. These tend to be more than ample if you're running a 45-foot rig. Our site is just up here on the left, and we'll show you our site so you can get a good feel for the size of it. We've got a Discovery there beside us, we put our car in between. We had a palm tree at the back, so we couldn't go quite back in as far as what some were. So we put the car in beside. That's the space beside us there. We had a fifth wheel there when we first moved in, but they're very good when they assign the sites. They try to spread people out a little bit because they're known that their sites are a little bit more on the narrow side. Las Vegas requires that you do have the sewer hose holder to keep it elevated and a downward slope. They do inspect and they will fine, so be sure that you're prepared for that. All new electrical services in the park. 50 amp sites every site in the park. These are their old boxes that are now sitting there empty. So lots of good upgrades. I've heard electrical horror stories in this park, 30 amp horror stories. Those days are gone. So, and that was our yard. Most of the sites had picnic tables. We did not, but.
Well, they were all gathered at the back. I think they just got drug over there. Somebody else probably had their own stuff to set out.
Well, Kathy, what did you think about our stay at Thousand Trails Las Vegas?
I was pleasantly surprised.
I think we both were pleasantly surprised. I went into it not saying a whole lot because I didn't want to set up this stay for failure. Let's just put it that way. And she had read the same things that I had read, so she was well aware of it. But yeah, the sites are probably a little narrow, but we've been in them where they were a lot more narrow than this.
Yeah.
Especially being an in-town park, and we did have a few sirens at night, but nothing any worse than other places we'd stayed.
No.
And really the only noise that we had were the planes taking off. And they did tend to, 2 or 3 days out of the 10 days we were here, be using the runways that would have come directly towards us here. That was the only negative that I really had with the park. So if you don't want to gamble the next time you're going camping, we suggest you get advice from the pros. And that is our friends Ward and Sharon Lewis.
Absolutely.
They are not here to gamble away your hard-earned money. They are here to help you save it so that you can enjoy spending time in all these great new places.
Absolutely.
So if you haven't already thought about Thousand Trails, definitely give them a call, shoot them an email, and tell them, I want to win.
That's right.
And that's what we figured this was. 10 days in Vegas, nothing out of pocket. It's a win.
It sure is.
So with that, if you've enjoyed the video today, leave us a thumbs up. We certainly appreciate it. And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe so you can ring that notification bell. That way you'll know when all of our videos come out every Monday evening and every Friday morning.
And thank you for following us as we follow the moon.
Thanks for watching today.
If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel.
And be sure to ring the notification bell so you'll know when new videos come out.
Don't forget to follow us on social media too.